but I wait till tomorrow. This is my taking.
Greetings from the African American Network. My name is Derek Williams, one of the contributors, and also the founder and owner of Group Innovation and Diversity Training Associates. We are delighted and pleased to have a very special guest with us today, Miss Annette Godfrey.
Yes, sir.
And we'd like to welcome you to this series of the Caregivers, a program that we started longer than 12 weeks ago, and we may continue to go. It's a very provocative topic, one that we feel that the community needs to know about. Caregiving is more than just a role. It's a lifetime commitment for many of us.
Yes.
And it is a topic that we are desperately feeling that the community needs to know more about. Years ago, we didn't use the term caregiver. You did what you had to do. And now that we've learned more and more about this extremely important role that we play in taking care of loved ones, we feel that in order to increase the quality of the care that we provide, we need to talk about this. But we are particularly concerned about the health and welfare of the caregiver as well as the receiver of the care. And so the African American Network embarked on a very provocative topic because it's needed, and we need to become more empowered as we care for our loved ones. And so again, you're a very special guest, and we thank you for taking the time. And San Antonio community, you're very fortunate and lucky to meet someone who has been providing care in their family. And we're going to ask Miss Annette Godfrey a little bit about that journey presently. Tell us a little bit about you, about the care that you're providing. And I have some questions, and we'll allow the natural flow to take root. But again, we are very delighted to have you on today's program.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you for having me, and thank you for listening to the caregiver side. Like you said, my name is Annette Godfrey. I'm married, have 3 children, 2 bonus children, and we're here in Cibolo. I've been taking care of my husband and my mother-in-law. Well, my mother-in-law lives with us also, like I told you.
Mm-hmm.
She's been with us for 3 years. She's wheelchair bound, but she does everything other than cook for herself.
Okay.
The joke is that she makes her bed so well that you can bounce a cord off of her bed. So she's very, very capable of doing things herself. She's 90 years old.
Okay.
And then a few months ago, my husband really started coming down. He has a defibrillator, pacemaker, heart defibrillator that he got 13 years ago. And everything was fine until about January, and it shocked him. We didn't know that it was a shock. We thought he just passed out, but the hospital did call us because they monitor it and told us that it went off and we need to get him to the emergency room.
Oh, wow.
Once that happened, then things really went fast. He was having problems walking. He was having problems getting out the bed. He was just having all kind of problems. So right now we're doing PT, and he's doing better, but he's losing weight. He was on the heart transplant list, and they decided they might take him off because he was losing so much weight. My children stepped in, like we talked about, and my oldest daughter is cooking proteins for us.
Okay.
So he's eating a lot better. So hopefully next time we get into the doctor's office, they'll say, okay, we'll leave him on the list.
All right, okay. And so, it's enough taking care of just a husband. And I say just a husband. Husband is everything. But occasionally we run into caregivers that are taking care of multiple family members. And, statistically, black women find themselves in this role. One of obligation, one out of cultural orientation. And so this is quite a task. It sounds like you have a lot of balls here that you're juggling. How about you?
Well, not only them, I have my uncle and my aunt. My uncle is 88, and my aunt, I think, is 85, and my uncle has dementia. And I'm their not caregiver, but on paper as far as their medical.
Right.
So
right.
if anything happens with them, then I have the decision to make on them.
So you have like the power of attorney.
Power of attorney,
okay,
power of a medical
all right.
attorney.
Okay.
And yeah, that's a stressor.
It certainly is.
Who wants to make that decision?
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
And that, again, I'm acknowledging that's quite a task, and then I'd have to put an adjective and change your just Annette Godfrey to Super Trooper. Now that's certainly appreciated. And we know that the challenge of that, and as you said, that's a major stressor. What do you do to give you the comfort? When do you get a chance to go to the well and cast your bucket down? Tell us a little bit about how you're able to maintain that balance, Annette.
So it's funny. I have a business, Not Only Tees LLC, and that's where I find a lot of comfort in doing that. People wonder why I do it, because I go out to the base and I vend out at the base sometimes, and people are like, why do you want to do that? It makes me happy. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the things that I do in my business.
And it's a relief for you as well.
For me. It is. It's definitely a relief.
Yes.
And there's some of the stuff I can do while I'm just sitting there watching TV. Well, we're sitting in there together, and I'm still working, but I'm still right there with my husband.
Sure. So your presence, you might be here, but you're there as well.
Exactly.
So you would say your personal activity, having the job, has served as sort of a relief valve for you, and to help reduce the. Okay. And so your relationship with a husband suddenly finds himself not capable of doing what he used to do, and now you have to do those things. How do you mediate that? Is it just something that it has been a difficult road, or what?
Oh, it's difficult because he's hard-headed. He's a man. He's hard-headed. Excuse me, but he is.
That's okay. I didn't take it personal.
And it's like, I'll tell him, let me do such and such, and next thing I know, he's up walking around taking the plate to the, and I'm like, I could take the plate to the sink for you, Yeah. So it's difficult, and I understand where he's coming from because he's been that person for so long. I was telling you the joke about being a housewife, and I tell people, I don't know how people have been a housewife for so many years. Shopping, cleaning, washing clothes, and I said I wasn't used to that because he was the one that was cooking and doing all of that stuff.
You're very fortunate.
So very, very fortunate, and so now it's like, boy, I take my hats off to housewives.
Yes.
But he wants to still be the person that he was. Yes. Even though he knows he's not that person anymore, his mind is telling him one thing, and his body's telling him something else.
Saying something else.
Right.
And what did he do in the service?
So he was an 11 Bravo, which is infantry. He also was a drill sergeant, and when he retired, he was a ROT instructor.
Oh my goodness!
At Jackson State University.
Oh wow! Mm-hmm. So he sometimes can be a hard cookie.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Well, it sounds like you've been able to crumble that cookie at times. And the children, are they able to step in?
They are. Okay. Oldest daughter started doing cooking for us, the proteins for us, so that he would start eating again to
And
gain
gaining
the
that weight,
weight.
okay.
And then we have our middle daughter who'll come and sit with him anytime we need, and my son also. They come, they do what we need to do, what they need to do
All
for
right.
us.
So
And
they've stepped right on
oh,
up and
yeah.
helping Dad.
Yeah, I told them the other Mother's Day that how proud I was of them, of how they have stepped up. It hasn't been easy for any of us, but if they can, they do.
Absolutely. So you're very fortunate in having them there.
I am.
You know.
I am.
Well, I refer to you as a super trooper, and I meant that. The average person could not take on the task that you've taken on, not only without complaint, but have the reasonable success that you've had. I mean, it's one thing, as I said, taking care of your husband, but his mom and your aunt and uncle, and you're dealing with dementia, you're dealing with all of those challenges, as well as you sleep well?
No.
No.
It's one of the biggest complaints that my doctor has. I don't go to sleep until about 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, but I'm up every morning by 7.
Wow. All right.
So yeah, she tells me all the time that I need to get more sleep. But the body is a funny thing. When you really need it,
Yeah.
it gives it to you. Because the other night I went to sleep at 9:30.
Yeah.
And I was asleep.
Yes.
So
Yes.
my
Well,
body
it
said,
has a deep reservoir. I think it speaks to the resilience and our capacity and our capability of doing things that, if we had to choose and select, it wouldn't be something that we would say we were able to do until it's time to do it.
do it. Exactly.
And so all of your loved ones are most fortunate. Our concern, and I'm going to be upfront, is always the health and the care needed for the caregiver. You recognize, and you said your doctor has had this conversation with you, but that your health, the degree of how healthy you are determines often the outcome and the quality of health for your loved ones. And so we, on the African American Network, we've had quite a few caregivers that have this tremendous love relationship load. And when we can, we encourage to look for as many different support systems and networks as you can find. I think you had alluded to having a therapist.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And
Love
how
my
has that,
therapist.
tell us a little bit about how effective that has worked out for you as well.
It works out real well. Like I had told you before, I have a lot of associates, but not a lot of friends.
Yeah.
And when you talk to a therapist, at least for me, it's easier because I can tell her everything, because she doesn't know any of the people
Sure.
I'm talking about.
Right.
So she can't go back and tell anybody anything.
Okay.
So
That makes
it's
sense.
much easier for me to open up to her and talk to her, and it helps a lot. It does help a lot.
Okay.
It does.
Well, we certainly encourage you to continue to receive that assistance. And like you said, it's not like someone's going to run off and tell him, let me take what Annette said. And, so that provides a tremendous amount of comfort as well. And that one of the things that the program is intended to do is to give people suggestions through our own experiential walk in this caregiving mission. Can you tell us some things that other caregivers might want to consider as they embark on this arduous road of taking care of loved ones?
Patience is important. Patience with them is very important. And you have to, I try, especially with my husband, I try not to make him feel like I'm taking over his life or I'm hovering over him.
Yes.
Because that's still important. You still want them to feel that they have that freedom or their independence of doing things.
Absolutely.
And that was a big thing with my mother-in-law, because he was like, well, I don't want her to do this and I don't want her to do that. And I'm like, if she can do it, let her do it for as long as she can do it.
All right.
And like I told you, she's 90 years old.
And that's
she's still
therapeutic
doing
for them
everything.
as well.
It is.
Yeah.
So I try not to hover, and I think that's a big part of people. You care, I understand, I get that, but you still have to let them do certain things themselves.
Okay.
You know, you don't want them to do anything that's harmful to themselves, but you want them to still feel like they have their independence.
You don't want to incapacitate them.
Right. You don't want to.
Okay.
You don't want them to stop driving. You want them to stop driving if they're reckless. Okay. But if they can still get where they need to go, and you're in the car with them, then let them do it.
And just keeping
Let
them that
do it.
close
Yeah,
eye.
you're right.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
just watch them a little bit more.
All right. So patience would be one of the things
Patience
that you.
is definitely one, and then the independence, letting them have their independence. And like you were saying about taking time for yourself, you have to take time for yourself. If you don't, then you will go crazy trying to take care of everybody else.
Oh yes, that is so true.
Mm-hmm.
So making time for yourself. Okay.
Yes.
You must take time for yourself. Okay. And the other loved ones, you said they're 85 and
They're 88 and 85, yeah.
88 and 85.
So my aunt does a good job with my uncle. I go over there like if he has to go to the hospital, and my uncle is a veteran also.
Okay.
So he
all right.
gets a lot of good care from the VA. They have
right.
people that come in that help her. Now that's another thing you have to be patient with is getting the help from the VA. But when they help you now.
Okay.
So there's a lot of different programs on there that people don't know about until somebody else tells you, and you tell somebody, and you tell somebody. It's not publicized.
Okay.
So she does a really good job with that. But when she needs somebody, then I'm that person for her.
Oh, okay. All right. So you would say that don't be shy about asking for help,
Oh,
and
no,
that there are
no.
many programs out there that you wouldn't know about if you didn't ask about.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. And the other thing, in terms of family members chipping in, what has been, you mentioned the daughter who does the cooking. What are a few other things that they have done to chip in?
So even before my husband's health started really failing, if we wanted to go anywhere, they would come and stay at the house with my mother-in-law.
All right.
You know, it's funny, I tell people that my mother-in-law has separate jobs for all of us. So, you know, my husband was the cook, and he was the one that brought the food in.
Okay.
I was the one that took care of her personal stuff. My oldest daughter would be the one that changed her bed.
No.
And my son would be the one to put the plug back in the wall. And it's like we could do these things
All
too.
right.
And she's like, no,
All right.
everybody has their own job in her mind. So
Okay.
yeah.
So that you partition things that they did best. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Annette, we are just tickled brown. Okay. And if anyone has a problem with that, maybe they have a problem with the whole issue of diversification. And we recognize that sharing is so essential to making sure that we can be successful. You got to speak up, you got to share. And today you have helped us look through this vista of challenges by suggesting that we first of all develop a degree of patience with the loved one, giving them a chance to be themselves, giving them a chance to exercise the independence. Don't take it away if there's no need to take it away. Allow them to do the things that they do well, and that's therapeutic in and of itself. Also, taking time for yourself. You know, you talked about having a therapist, having a job that it serves as a relief valve for you, and of course you've recognized, and we appreciate you being honest and truthful with us, that it has been challenging. And you talked about sleep, not necessarily getting enough, but also recognizing that the body is capable of doing things that we would never think that the body is capable of doing. And I think that comes out of sense of love and our total human capacity.
Yes.
And you also talked about reaching out and finding about different programs, i.e. with the VA has a sundry of programs that they don't necessarily advertise.
That's true.
And that until you experience certain things, you don't know. And so for caregivers in general, don't assume that there aren't helping agencies out there but reach out and
There's a lot of them.
And with a lot of them. Okay. Well, I tell you what, Annette, I could go on for longer, and you've been so honest and sharing with us, and we feel very fortunate to have a Super Trooper on the program. We ask that Super Trooper to remember to take care of herself, and your family is truly blessed. And so again, San Antonio, in the tradition of the caregiving series, we want you to keep on keeping on. We thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to our next caregiving series. And so the African American Network loves you, love yourself, and thank you again. Good day.
I got troubles and sorrows, but I wait till tomorrow. This is my take.